You're not numbers. Welcome on in, everybody, to Mimic Loaf. Today, we are going to be continuing our Rime of the Frostmaiden campaign. Session number 10. Yeah, so it's gonna be real fun. Full house today, so we've got everybody here. Not that we didn't have everybody here last session, but I don't know. Anyway, what was I going to say? I think I need to turn my audio down because it looks like it might be way too loud. Let's fix that. Cool. Yeah, it looks like I'm yelling, but I think that also could be because the gain on my microphone is too high. Yeah,
You
Yeah.
should sit
I
across
think
the
I
room.
fixed it. Yeah, I'll just go
Yeah,
sit over there.
I think you need to back away from the mic, Nathan.
Yeah. Speaking of backing away from the mic, let's thank our two sponsors for tonight's session.
Completely unrelated.
Completely unrelated. First off, Stabby Joe and Co. As creators of some really cool designs. There's some limited edition Stabby, not Stabby Joe, limited edition. They are Stabby Joe designs, but they're also limited edition Mimic Loaf designs, including Bartleby's Wet Meat, R.I.P. Bartleby.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Yeah, really cool designs, really cool shirts, notebooks, whole bunch of stuff. Head over there and use code MIMIC5 at checkout and you get 5% off. And then our second sponsor is W.GG, creators of some Jitterless Energy blends. If you head over there and use code MIMICLOAF, you get 10% off. I think that's about it. So I guess let's get into the recap of sorts. So last session, previous to the last session, you guys invaded, so to speak, for lack of a better term, invaded Cephik Caltro's warehouse, or to be more specific, the Torgs Trading Company warehouse. You guys had a bit of a kerfuffle in that warehouse, to which it ended up with guards being called, town militia swarming in, and a lot of you arrested. You then met your attorney, which was Saul
Hambone.
Hambone, thank you. It's Saul Hambone. To which, before I continue, Death Knell, thank you so much for your resub, 19 months in a row. Resub with Prime, giving us that Bezos money. Yeah, so you met Saul Hambone and you guys essentially were put into court where you had to judge what people were saying and point out lies and falsities due to evidence. In which you guys did pretty well and managed to get yourselves off scot-free. On the last night of you guys being held in prison right before your verdict, Bartleby unfortunately did pass away. Perished, and in his stead, a new gentleman, a gentleman caller, as they would say.
Oh, between the gentleman caller.
Yeah. Came to, as he would say, take the soul of Bartleby to the afterlife. And you guys met Stanley. Having been pushed back into the courtroom to hear the verdict, even though Stanley was not part of the trial, you guys, were told that you were considered not guilty, and you were set free into the streets, essentially. So that is where we're going to pick up. So as the heavy wooden doors of the town hall creak open, a blast of icy wind greets you like an old enemy. The street outside is quiet, too quiet. Snow falls in lazy spirals, coating the stone steps beneath your feet. A few townsfolk linger across the square, eyes wide with a mix of awe and suspicion. Word travels fast in 10 towns, and you've made an impression. Behind you, the militia stands firm, grim-faced, but one of them gives you a slow, respectful nod. Justice, it seems, has not frozen today. The cold still bites, but for the first time in days, it doesn't reach your bones. And real quick, thank you so much, Itsy Bitsy, for subscribing 1 month. Welcome on in. I think this is the first time I've seen that username, so welcome on in.
Very exciting.
Yeah, so you guys are now in the streets of Bryn Shander. You guys are kind of forced out into the cold street, and Bartleby's body is kind of thrown out beside you.
Jesus. Unceremoniously dumped.
Yeah, unceremoniously dumped.
What were we going to do with his body? We're going to bury it?
Yeah, I believe the plan was to bury it somewhere semi-nice.
Well, the problem is I don't know if we're going to be able to bury it because the ground will be frozen. You might have to settle for a cremation.
Viking burial.
Viking burial. Okay, cool. We can do that.
Cool. So what is the plan?
I cast bonfire.
Well, first order of business.
Just turn him into a fucking pile of ash on the side of the road.
Let's gather up some.
Memorable.
Let's gather up some firewood so we can build a pyre.
Cool.
Where firewood from somewhere?
Yeah, you definitely can. So firewood is not going to cost you too much. It's probably enough to make like a big enough pyre, as you said. Would probably cost you around maybe 5 silver pieces. Like it's not too expensive.
Okay, well, let's do that.
Cool. So you find the general shop, find the market, buy the bits of pieces that you need in order to make it. So somebody make sure you just subtract from that from your total.
I'll do it.
Yes, Tricky?
What was it?
I took Bartleby's coat. Did he have anything underneath that, or have we just flung a naked old man into the streets?
Yeah, he was clothed, yes.
He was clothed, yeah.
I could just imagine him, like, freeballing under his winter coat in the wilderness.
I also realized I forgot to change your name in the overlay.
Wow.
It's Ley, right?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. And you know what's great about that name you picked?
What?
It still makes the overlay alphabetical.
Hey.
Yeah, so you guys pick enough enough kindling, enough firewood in order to create this pyre. Where are we looking at making this pyre?
Center of town. Not really.
No, not the center of town.
At Torg's Trading Company.
Yeah, in Torg's Trading Company, we're gonna burn the place down.
It is his building.
Yeah.
That's what Bartleby would have wanted. It's what Bartleby would have wanted for us to burn the place down.
Yeah.
Revenge.
So you guys heading out of town?
Yeah, we'll just go like just outside the walls, I suppose.
Cool. So as you guys head out of town, the wind howls and snow rattles against the shutters of nearby buildings. You guys hear a sharp click, click, click that kind of echoes from windowsills. A little bit far ahead as you guys are making it out of town, perched in the frost, is a strange raven. Not of feather and flesh, but of brass and wearing gears. Tiny vents on its wings release gentle puffs of steam, and its glass eyes blow faintly within a light. With a creaky flutter, it hops forward towards you guys, like kind of gliding a little bit down from one of the buildings, hops forward to you, and you just hear this as it regurgitates
Ew.
a wax-sealed letter.
Ooh.
Then, without warning, the Raven lets out a final mechanical cork. Its eyes flicker wildly, and the construct explodes in a comedic burst of springs, gears, and tiny washers. All that's left is a faint trail of smoke and the smell of singed oil. And real quick, thank
normal
you,
around here?
Lefty, for your sub.
You're so welcome.
22 months in a row. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'll turn to Barrios and go, is that normal around here?
No, not as far as I've seen. So it's a little
Glad I'm
wax
not the
sealed
only one.
envelope or letter. Was
Yeah, you see a wax sealed letter in the almost in the middle of this cacophony of springs, gears, and this little charred mark on the floor.
it? Okay, well I guess I'll go pick it up.
Cool. Yeah, so it's a little wax sealed letter. The wax seal itself it seems to be a C and a K.
It's Louis C.K. Burn it.
Yeah. Wax sealed letter. Initialed. Was it CK?
Yeah, CK.
I guess I'll open it then.
Cool. Opening it up, you read, to the defenders of truth and magic. My name is Copper Nobanoka, priest, tinkerer, and occasional bad decision maker. I've heard of your recent success and the matter of Cephik Caltro. Impressive work. I write to ask you for help in a more delicate matter. A friend of mine, Macretus, went to the old black cabin to work on a project meant to end this endless winter. He stopped responding 2 weeks ago. I fear something's gone wrong. I can't leave my duties here at the House of the Morning Lord. Please come speak with me. If what Macretus was building worked, it could change everything. Copper.
Okay, couple of questions. He went to the old black
Cabin.
cabin. And it was House of the Morning Lord.
House of the Morning Lord.
Where did he say directions on where to reach where this old black cabin is, or where the House of the Morning Lord is?
No.
Oh well, what the? He's like, help me, but I'm not going to tell you where I am. You have to figure that one out yourself. All right. Okay. Well, I guess I'll relay this information to the rest of the party. Could I actually, the Morning Lord, could I do a history check to see if I recognize that name at all?
You definitely can, yeah.
Yeah, is that familiar to anyone?
Not. Oh, I was only an 8.
So it is a deity of this realm. Often depicted as like it often depicted as like the sun, like the warmth of the sun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, how do you spell this guy? It's Copper, so Copper. I'm assuming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobanoka. How
Yeah.
I've spelt it is KNOBBERKNOCKER.
Yeah. That's it.
Ah, fuck, I'm good.
Copper Nobanoka.
Nobanoka. What a name. All right. Well, I suppose I'll fold it up and pocket it
Cool.
for later reference.
Yep.
And then I guess we can get started on building this funeral pyre.
Yeah, cool. So as you guys kind of like head out of town, you kind of ushered out by one of the guards. The gate is somewhat open. There's a little bit of traffic, not a lot, but a little bit of traffic in and out. You guys managed to head out of town. How far out of town are we doing this?
Like decently far. Not like we're not going to be traveling for like fucking 5 hours. maybe say like a couple of hours out of town, like out of the city, like close enough that we can still kind of see the
Yep.
city, but far enough away that we still have like privacy.
Yeah, cool. So I'm assuming you're not doing it on the road.
No,
Like doing it off the road.
We'll walk along the road. We'll walk along a road.
Yeah.
For a bit, and then at some point we'll break off the road so we're not just
Cool.
trudging straight out through the wilderness.
Yeah, easy. Well, you guys find a peaceful enough place to build this pyre, placing Bartleby's body on the inside of it. Yeah, he's now in this pyre of wood and kindling. What do you guys want to do?
Well, does anyone want to say any words before?
Bonfire.
No one wants to say anything before we send off our dear friend.
I mean, I didn't really know the guy, but he seemed nice, I guess.
Yeah, well, he was.
Rest in peace, Bartleby. I hardly remember you.
Savage.
The old ashes.
Everyone's so blasé about this. To be fair, I guess they don't have the same sort of relationship, but this is like Barrios is like in tears. Barrios
Yeah,
is
this is
like
your uncle.
A father figure.
yeah, Barrios was like sobbing, like trying his best to hold back tears. And he's gonna try and seeing as how everyone's like, yeah, rest in peace, bozo. Barrios is gonna be like,
You know, I
rest
once
in
witnessed
peace.
my family slaughtered by demons.
Well, okay.
Stanley will give him a super awkward like pat on the back, but trying to show some level of sympathy
Yeah.
to this non-attachment.
Yeah, Barrios is gonna be like sobbing, and he's just gonna be like, "Goodbye, Uncle Bart. You will be missed. I know you were the forgettable, but I will always remember you."
Oh.
That's cute as fuck.
And then he's gonna firebolt the
Cool.
what is prestidigitate or whatever, and
Yep.
light it on
So
fire.
the pyre goes up in flames. The fire catches and begins to spread small little embers throughout the sky that kind of dance in the wind a little, kind of creating like this very peaceful, somber vision of this bonfire and these ashes. You do begin to hear the slight sizzling of something. Most likely
the wet meat.
some of the cans of wet meat. You do hear them kind of
explode,
pop and explode. Yes,
Stuffing.
Tricky.
Did take a few of those.
Yeah, you could have
That was
easily
plenty of them.
taken a few. Yeah, so you could say like 2 or 3 if you'd like. Yeah, and they explode and create these almost like firework like bursts of ember that shoot up into the sky, and rain down this ash around the general area. You do see a couple people like on the road a little bit off from where you guys are kind of stop and are kind of mesmerized by this sight. A couple of the guards notice and keep their eye on it, but aren't too miffed about it. Yeah, how long did you guys want to stay?
Barrios is going to stay until it's like the pie is kind of burned all the way through.
Cool. So as you guys kind of stand there and just kind of wait, eventually the pyre burns through, and all that's left in the general vicinity is ash and melted snow. The ground is very wet, and there is like the faint smell of the smoke still in the air. You can hear the slight crackles of embers and leftover bits of the firewood just kind of crackling. The wind picks up a little bit and blows some of the dust around, but more or less the fire is down, and all that remains of Bartleby is ash.
Damn.
Stanley will say to Barrios, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that was your uncle. There's not really a resemblance there.
Well, it's not by blood, but he was very important to me.
Right, okay. Well, based on my knowledge of the death, it was peaceful, if that helps.
Yeah. It seemed peaceful, so.
Again, sorry you had to go through that. That sucks.
That's okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. But, well, we have a job to do. We've been requested, so let's return to town.
Cool. You guys, hanging your heads a little, return back to town. There's a few people that kind of give you a weird look as you guys approach, noticing they're no doubt have been watching you set off this bonfire and then come back to town. What do you guys want to do as you guys approach back into Bryn Shandar?
Well, what do we got? I suppose I'd like to stop in at. Let me have a look, actually. I'd like to quickly. What time is it?
Being that it's Eternal Night, it's very hard to tell exact timing.
I forgot. Yeah, I forgot
but
that it was Eternal Night. Yeah.
Based on
Would
it's
shops still be
it's
open?
morning. Yeah, like it's
Okay, cool. Okay.
it's you guys were let out in the morning, the night morning.
Yes. Yeah. We'll let out in the. Yeah. I
Yeah.
get what you mean.
Yeah.
I'd like to quickly call in. I think we should head to the north. Look.
Yep.
To try and get some information about this old black cabin, this House of the Morning Lord, see if anyone knows about this copper knobberknocker dude.
Such a stupid name.
I know. I would like to quickly call into what's it called? Black Iron Blade,
Yep.
and see if they have just like a. I don't necessarily. It's not gonna be like a dagger. It's just gonna be like a small, like basically like a pocket knife. Like
Yep.
not a pocket knife, but like just a small little knife. Not necessarily one that I would actually use to fight anyone with.
Yep. So like a small knife.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You can definitely find one. It doesn't cost too much. Just quickly.
Also, how much silver was the firewood?
5.
Okay. Did anyone else remove that from their inventory?
No.
Okay, I'll do it.
So small knife. Where am I looking? Yeah, it's not going to cost you too much. Maybe like 3 copper pieces.
Oh, okay.
Like it's
We'll
not expensive at
I'll
all.
just give them. I'll just
Are
give
there
them
any-
one.
Are there any fancy ones?
No, there's not really any fancy ones. There's a couple of like daggers that are what would you call it? Like ornate, but doesn't look like it adds any kind of special properties.
You should get that one. That one's pretty cool. And I'll point at like the fanciest looking one.
No, that's okay. I just need something simple. I don't need anything too fancy.
Why not? Treat yourself.
Well, it's
Fancy clothes, get a fancy blade.
I appreciate the sentiment, but a fancy blade would just be wasted for what I want to use it for. I think just a normal little blade will do the trick.
What's it for, if you don't mind me asking?
just planning on doing a little bit of craft work, a bit of, something to
Dagger for
pass the
craft.
time.
There you go.
Ah, yes. Craft work. I'm familiar.
Witchcraft.
Yeah, witchcraft work, blood sacrifice work.
Yes, I once had a servant of mine who did my wet work. But,
Yeah, I think we're very much on different pages. This is more for art, and not
oh,
like
yes,
a.
what he did was an art. Yes.
Yes, I knew that you would say that, but this is literal art, like literal. This is
Oh.
just making things.
Oh, well, that
With a
sounds no
knife.
fun at all.
Well, each their own, I suppose. Let's head to the north. Look.
Cool. Heading to the north look, it's somewhat quiet. There are still a few people out and about, a few people drinking, enjoying what little they can. Yeah, it is a little bit noisy, but not too noisy.
I remember the name of the guy who owns it. I didn't write it down. What was the name of the guy who owns the North Look?
Scram sacks.
Ah, yes, the gentleman with the fancy coat.
I suppose I'll ask for him, see if he's available.
You head up to like one of the bartenders. It's like an older kind of gentleman. And he kind of goes, "You're after scram sacks."
Yeah, I've just got some questions I'd like to ask him.
I do believe he's still in bed.
Oh, that's okay. There's no need to. It's not important. There's no need to rush him. Just when he's available, we'll be hanging around in the bar. If you could just let him know that I have some questions I'd like to ask. Once again, nothing urgent.
Definitely.
Thank you.
He kind of disappears out the back.
Okay. I was gonna ask for some breakfast, but what I'll do is I'll awkwardly stand there at the bar and wait for him to come back. And he's gonna come back and be like, "Why are you still here?" I'm like, "Oh, I also wanted to order some breakfast."
Yeah, which 100% happens. You can easily order some breakfast.
Thinking some hashy bees, some nice pork.
Yeah.
Hash.
No, it's not
yeah, some
super
hash.
great.
Oh, okay.
It's
Do I at least get hashy bees?
no.
They don't have fucking potatoes here. Potatoes. They don't have potatoes. What do they have?
Not really. So let me find out what they have. They have. Yeah, so it's like it's a little bit of dried meats, a little bit of like cooked meats. There's a few potatoes, a few small veggies, but not heaps.
So I do get my hashy bees.
It's three silver pieces per person, whoever wants to partake in breakfast.
Does anyone else want breakfast? My shout.
Yeah, I'll
You
take
want
some.
breakfast?
Everyone? Okay. What's that? 3 times 4? That's 12.
Cool.
right.
After a few moments, like after a few, like maybe about half an hour or so of you guys eating and whatnot, Scramsax kind of comes over. He kind of yawns a little bit. You can tell he's still got bedhead going on. He's just kind of like, looks like he's just rolled out, and he's just kind of like,
Oh, he's living the life.
what can I do for you?
I just thought that, as the owner of the most popular tavern in Bryn Shander, you might know some goings on from this town, surrounding towns. I've just got some questions. Do you know someone by the name of Copper Knobberknocker? Have you heard that name before?
He kind of like looks up a little bit and he goes, "It sounds familiar. I think he's over at the House of the Morning Lord."
Yes, yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. So you do know who he is.
Yeah.
Do you know where the House of the Morning Lord is?
It's northern part of town. It's almost near the gate.
Oh, okay, so it's in town. Okay, perfect. Also, have you heard of a place called the Old Black Cabin at all?
He kind of like scratches his neck fluff and kind of goes, "It sounds familiar, but
Hmm.
I don't think I know anything. I mean, there's a lot of
Okay.
black cabins around, so
Yeah.
I'm
That's
not
fine.
sure.
I just
sorry.
thought I'd ask. Like I said, I thought a man of your stature would know quite a bit. So you've helped us out a lot. You've directed us to the House of the Morning Lord. Sorry for waking you up. You can. That's all I wanted to. That's all I wanted to ask. Thank you.
Okay. You just kind of like
No,
walk.
Just before you, is there anyone in town that's good with like myth or legend or stories, like rambly type that you see around?
Like, let him point to the
Rambly
fucking guy
type.
at the bar.
He kind of
Not the guy at the
he kind of
bar.
like looks over at the guy at the
No.
bar and is like, I mean, it depends on what kind of story you're after.
Are you
I
after
mean,
the crazy type or the scholarly type?
Yeah, the question my my friend here just asked seems more like it would be based in story times than
Mm.
Right.
anything. So I figured if anyone's gonna know about it, that's the type of person.
I mean, you could chat to that old codger. It's a little bit kooky. I don't know if he'd quite the storyteller, but you could definitely try. And you see that old gentleman just kind of
Yeah.
like hugging his mug.
I'll turn to Barry and just be like, well, I mean, it's worth a shot, I guess.
I
There you
no,
go.
I don't think so. It is Uncle Bart. You can see Barry's kind of like thinking of Uncle Bart. Kind of, he kind of gets choked up. He goes, Uncle Bart spoke to him, and I don't think he really got anywhere. It was just a lot of
Right.
ramblings. Quickly before you go, sorry, Graham's back. Is there like a library or something in town?
Not really. I mean,
Okay.
a lot of people
That's fine.
just come here to drink and have a
Mm.
good time. I don't think they're quite the scholarly type.
Scholarly type. Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, I
Thank
think
you.
I think there's a small little like gathering of small books over at the House of the Morning Lord.
Okay. Okay.
Mishan kind of runs that. Not exactly a library, but she runs the temple. So
Thank you. Well, you've been very helpful. Thank you very much.
no worries. And he kind of like goes back. You see him pour himself a drink from behind the bar, and then just like skull it, knock the tankard on the table, yawn a little bit, and then head into the kitchen.
Well, shall we head to the House of the Morning Lord? If everyone is agreeable.
Yeah, I suppose.
Freaking
Cool.
disagreeable. For
I'm
once in
easy.
his life.
Where is it? That's the question.
Should now be on your map.
I can't see it.
No?
No. Let me refresh.
Should be here. Oh. Here.
No, it's not showing up. No, it's
No?
not showing up. But that's fine. We'll
Yeah,
head there.
interesting. Yeah, so you guys head there. Sorry. Brain freeze. How about now?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. So as you guys approach, standing quietly near the edge of town, the House of the Morning Lord is a modest yet well-kept shrine. Its simple wooden walls dusted with snow and icicles clinging to their eaves. A small sun-shaped symbol of a monitor, a monitor that
What?
hangs. I don't know how to pronounce the name. Amaunator. A monitor, right?
Okay, I suppose.
Yeah.
I thought you were trying to say a minotaur, and
No,
I was like,
a
come on,
monitor.
you should know what that is.
Yeah,
Okay.
hangs above the entrance, weathered but still shining faintly in the pale light. Soft golden light spills from narrow windows and through, and though quieter than the bustling streets, there's a calm warmth that seems to push back against the bitter cold. Do you guys
Sounds lovely.
walk inside?
Yes.
Cool. Walking inside, you're greeted by a gentle warmth that seems to radiate from the very walls. Though simple and small, the shrine is clean and well tended, with wooden pews arranged before a modest altar bearing the golden sun symbol of a monitor. Candles flicker softly in wall sconces, casting dancing light across the room, and the air carries the faint scent of incense and melting wax. Despite the harsh cold outside, here there is a quiet sense of peace and hope. You can see there is currently one individual over near the altar, kind of head down, kind of praying a little bit, hood over. You can make out that, like, the hood itself is like this nice greenish kind of color. There's a few like gold accents on it, and you can make out brown hair from beneath the hood.
I suppose I'll walk over to this person praying at the altar and just say, excuse me, you must be Mishan?
She kind of turns, lifting her head up and opening her eyes slowly, and she goes, "Yes, that is I. I am Mishan. Welcome to the House of the Morning Lord. May he
Thank
ever
you.
shine on your journey."
Yep, thank you. We got sent a letter by a copper knobberknocker
Ah, yes, copper, yes.
regarding a Micretus. Do you know?
I
That
know
person,
nothing
this
of the
person?
sort, but I can go get copper for you if you'd like.
Yes, thank you. That'd be great.
I will be back shortly. And then she kind of like walks slowly off to like a side room. Yes, Stanley?
While that's going on, I guess I'd be standing with the other two. I'm just gonna kind of stand close-ish to Thalion and go, "So, well-dressed man. I don't think I caught your name."
Italian.
Nice to meet you, Stanley. What exactly is going on? I'm very like you're in jail and now we're adventurers. Like, I mean, you're adventurers. I'm just kind of here at the moment.
I mean, admittedly, I'm along for the ride.
But what ride, and why?
Ah, well, therein lies the magic.
Great. Okay.
Hope that helped.
What about you, cat man?
It's cold here all the time, and we're supposed to be doing something to stop that, but I don't always pay attention.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, I'm not quite as used to the cold, more so fire.
I got
Should
these fancy
I-
boots, and I don't feel the cold anymore, so I'm kind of just along for the ride.
Yeah, right. I mean, they are some fancy boots. I like them.
When
Should-
I talk about my fancy boots, I'm kind of like flick my boots out, like almost tap dancing, just to show them off.
Like nod in appreciation and turn back to Thalion. So, is it worth hanging around, or should I just go about my business? I just figured you were the kind of guy that looked like you would give it to me straight, but
Well,
yet to be seen.
to be fair, my good man, we don't know much about you either.
Yeah, that's valid. That's valid. Would you like to?
By all means.
What would you like to know? I mean, I'm an open book. I'm just here on work, I guess, but that's kind of over.
I was quite interested to hear you looking for stories, mythology, if you will.
Oh, that was more so for Barrius because he's looking for a black shack or something. Sounded like it was a myth. I'm just here for the souls, really.
Right. Well, hang around with me long enough, you'll catch a lot of them.
Yeah, right. That's a tempting offer.
Yes.
Yes, trekking.
I'm just gonna turn to can't remember your character's name and say,
Stanley.
Stanley, where did you come from? We were in jail. Next minute, a portal opened up, and you did something to our friend who had died.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I assume that you would call it the afterlife, some hell, some another dimension. It depends, but where did souls go from the dead? That's where I was.
And how did you get here?
It's powers that I was given by the big guy upstairs. Well, downstairs, I guess. But
Could we go on vacation there sometime?
no, you don't want to. It's not a fun place to go. I mean, it's probably not that much worse than here, but it's not the kind of place you visit.
No.
And return from.
Okay.
So it seems you'd be better to stay with us than to return.
Yeah, I mean, it's a job, but I suppose I can do it from anywhere that there's souls. I just kind of go back there whenever there's no souls to get. But as you said, you have a few of them.
Is this a remote work kind of deal? Or?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Work from
I
home.
can work remotely, I suppose.
Thalion really likes making corpses, so this could be a good idea.
Well,
for you to hang around.
corpses do have an abundance of souls, so this could work out well.
It's not so much the making corpses, it's more so the liberation of souls.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't bother me how I get them.
Is this a bromance forming?
I think so.
I like this guy.
Did we just become best friends?
Yep. After a few seconds of this conversation, Mishan walks back in, and you hear this little clink, 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 and you see a small gnome kind of walking up, a rock gnome walking towards you guys with this fuzzy suit and hood that almost seems to be it's almost makeshift. It looks like he made it himself, and it kind of makes him look a little bit like a teddy bear. He kind of rocks up and he's like, "Ah, adventurers, welcome to the House of the Morning Lord."
Oh.
is
You
this bear
must
talking
be. You must
Yes,
be Copper.
I'm Copper Nobanoka. Welcome.
God. Oh, thank you. Well, I'll just jump straight to the point. We got your letter about Micretus at the old black cabin.
Ah, yes, Macretus, yes.
So you want us to go after him?
Yes, if you can, yes, I will pay for the provisions to get you there. He was conducting
Where is
some
he?
research.
Sure. Where is this old black cabin?
It's in the wilderness, just north of Tourmaline.
Okay, and I'm assuming that's a different city, a different town.
Yeah.
Copper. Copper, is it?
Yes, Copper Nobanoka.
What a strong name, good sir.
Ah,
Tourmaline, fucking hell.
given to me by my father.
Ah, very good. Copper, I'm going to be honest with you, my good man. I tire of walking. Is there any way you could organize some kind of transport?
We have a sled.
Better transport.
Unfortunately, you see, after the provisions, I'm kind of skint.
I've been there.
I, unfortunately, regrettably, wouldn't even be able to offer you a reward, but I would be eternally grateful.
Well, I think the reward is hopefully
Friendship
clearing up
along the way.
this eternal winter that we're dealing with. I think that would be a reward for all.
Well, if it means I get to interact with Copper Nobunaga anymore, I'm more than happy to help.
That's when Mishan kind of speaks in and goes, "Look, I know Copper and I barely see eye to eye, but
Well,
Yeah, he's a lot
just
shorter
follow
than
him.
you.
if you manage to," they kind of like look at each other and laugh a little bit. She goes, if you do happen to find this Macretus and sort him out, I'd be more than willing to give you my pendant, my pendant of the Dawn Spark, on return of like on your quest's finish.
Sounds good to me. What's it do?
It has a number of effects. It can only be, I guess, attuned to by those of divine abilities. She kind of pulls out this small golden pendant that's shaped like a rising sun, with a silver, a sliver of pale ruby in its center. As she kind of like pulls it out, you kind of feel this like slight warmth, even in this room. Like it seems to radiate this warmth. She goes, it keeps you warm during those cold nights. It also is able to heal through radiant energy. You also gain the ability to cast a new spell. This spell, the light spell, and she just casts light in the palm of her hand on like a bracer that she's got, and it just like beams with light.
Ah, well, that's quite a striking pendant.
Yes, it is quite a treasure to me. But like I said, if you help Copper here, I can more than happy to part with it.
Well, I'm sure my traveling companions and I are more than happy to help.
Yes, yep.
I
All right.
suppose, yeah.
Stanley, you're in. You don't have a choice.
Oh, okay.
Copper
Right.
speaks up and he's like, "Right, well, I guess you better get to it, and give him a right to when you get there. 'Cause, I'm just worried about him."
Sure. Oh, okay. Well, how long is the expected trip to Tourmaline?
To Tourmaline, it's only a couple of hours, I think. I think
I don't
about
think so.
4 hours travel from here.
Is that
Are you
walking
sure?
or on a sled?
Well,
Tourmaline
4 hours
seems like it's-
walking, maybe about 2
Tourmaline
hours on
seems like it's-
sled.
Pretty far, considering we have to go through Targos.
Well, I mean, I would just go straight there, through the wilderness. It's not that far. Normally, yes, I understand the wilderness is a spooky place, but it's a pretty straight shot.
Okay.
And if you've got a sled, like, you're pretty good.
Okay.
You're pretty off to a good shot.
Okay.
I like this
Alright.
guy.
Right, well, I'll go get the provisions for you. And he kind of like hobbles off and makes the little clinking noises. And he brings back a small little, like a little supply pack that you put on your back. and points you
I don't
in
put
the
on my
direction of where the black cabin would be, which should now show up on your big map.
Huzzah. The big map.
Is it there? Oh, there we go. Black Haven. Fucking hell, it's fucking north of Tourmaline. Jesus. I was expecting, like, you know, a little bit north. Fucking hell, man was out in the middle of fucking nowhere. Jesus Christ.
You
All
sure
right.
that he hasn't gone missing? It's taking that long for his message.
Yeah, it's taken that long. Yeah. All right. Well, I suppose we can head out. Is there anything else anyone wants to do in town before we leave?
Nah.
Do we want to rob the pig guy? I made up with this guy before.
Honestly, I mean, we could, but
We'll have to come back.
I wouldn't mind buying some warmer clothes. if I'm
okay.
honest.
Well, yeah. Well, we could stop in at somewhere.
Yeah,
Pick
so
up some warmer clothes.
stopping through the
Yeah,
market,
well,
you're able to pick yourself up some clothes. If you're
Oh,
looking
it's
for
Lord.
yeah, warm clothes, easy to find. You pick them up for let me just find the clothes.
Do you have money? Did you need me to
Yeah.
pay? Okay, you're good.
Thank
Okay.
You pick them up for about 2 gold pieces
Yeah, done.
for some nice furs and some nice warm clothing. Cool. You guys ready yourselves for the journey to Tourmaline? You guys
Sorry.
retrieve your sled.
Sorry, Nate.
Yep. What's up?
I'm also gonna buy warm clothes, but like, kind of like, you know how when like in anime where like the robot gets like extra armor,
All right.
like it's like, but like my armor's now kitted out with fur accents
Yeah,
to
cool.
keep me warm.
Awesome. Sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, so two gold pieces as well. And that'll get you by. Anything else you guys want to do before we continue?
Nope.
Cool.
I have everything I need.
Sweet. So retrieving your sled, you guys hop to and begin to head straight to Tourmaline, taking the north exit out of town. It's going to take you about 2 hours, so you should arrive there before midday. As you guys are heading, I will need a D8 from somebody.
Oh, I'll roll it. It's a 5.
Cool. So as you guys head towards Tourmaline, the time flies. Nothing of consequence really happens. After about half an hour, you guys manage to get onto like what seems to be some sort of traveler's road. So it doesn't take you long to get onto that and head towards Tourmaline. Eventually, as your sled crests a low ridge, the pine-covered slopes of the spine of the world give way to a frozen shoreline and a modest town huddled at the edge of a vast snow-covered lake. Tourmaline sprawls before you in muted blues and greys. Rows of snow-drifted rooftops, shuttered windows, and wood smoke curling from the chimneys. The wind rolls in cold off the lake, carrying with it the scent of fish and pine. You hear the distant creak of timber as boats frozen in the docks shift beneath the ice. A few bundled figures move between buildings with purpose. Fishermen, traders, townsfolk, used to hardship. Even here at the edge of 10 towns, life endures in the stillness. As you guys kind of pass, you see a roughly carved sign that welcomes you in faded paint. Tourmaline, founded by prospectors, mended by fishers.
I like that.
And you are now in Tourmaline.
Tourmaline.
So you guys have arrived from the south end of town. What am I doing? So down here. Yeah, you guys head in. You see, quite a few people that kind of give you nice looks as you guys roll up into town.
Lovely.
They all just kind of watch on.
Seems nice. All right. I suppose what time is it? You say it was.
It's just before midday.
I think a good idea might be to find a place like a tavern or something where we can kind of settle and maybe
I agree.
maybe gather some information, see what is the word about town about this old black cabin. Gives us some time to kind of settle in, and then tomorrow, first thing in the morning, we head out to the old black cabin.
Cool. So, do you ask about town where things are? Cool.
Yeah.
So, asking a few people around town, you guys you guys get given the location of 2 buildings.
Mm-hmm.
One is called the East
The Blue
Side,
Clam.
and the other one is called the Blue Clam.
And these are both taverns.
One is the Blue Clam is a tavern. The East Side is a inn.
Okay, so tavern is like they don't offer rooms.
No.
Inn they do.
Inn they do, yeah.
Okay. All right, interesting. Well, I think we head to the east side.
Cool.
Secure a room. Is there anywhere we can, leave our sled?
You can easily find a spot to like perch the sled. Yes.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna have to stop Songcraft because it is playing up.
Oh. All right. So I say we head to the east side to secure a room,
Cool.
and then we head to the Blue Clam to try and gather some knowledge.
Cool. So as you approach the east side, nestled between multiple houses, the inn looks like a small hibernating animal, squat, wide, and built low to the ground to keep out of the wind. A hand-painted wooden sign hangs by the door. Its lettering faded but legible. Warm orange light glows beyond thick curtains, and a pair of snowshoes lean just outside the door. A simple note tacked beside the frame reads, "Room's clean, prices fair." This building looks quite small from the outside, which strikes you as kind of odd for an inn. And this is the east side.
Oh, it's rather cozy.
Yeah. As you guys kind of like pull up, manage to like tie the sled at a close by location, you kind of hear what sounds like a female kind of like singing and humming, moving around the space on the inside of the east side.
Is the door open, or do we have to like knock?
The door is currently open.
Okay, I'll walk in.
So as you walk in, you see a teenage girl, 2 long braids beside her face, very nice features, kind of wearing like a long sleeve white tunic shirt kind of thing with like a bluish kind of colored vest, and a kind of like a bag satchel kind of strapped around her shoulder. You notice she's tending to she's cleaning, she's also humming and singing a little bit. You kind of hear her sing, ahead of winter's wind she came, the lovely woman with no name, draped in fur-lined cloak of red, to the icy lake she fled. the wind pursued her all the same, as sure as night she's dead. As she kind of like
You-
tends to things.
Say that again.
I will post it in
I got-
the chat.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Um, well, actually, no. I just realized I can't copy and paste out of this thing, so I'm gonna have to read it again.
Okay. I've got ahead of winter's wind she came.
Yep, the lovely woman with no name.
Lovely woman with no name.
Draped in a fur-lined cloak of red, to the
Draped.
icy lake she fled.
In a fur-lined coat of red.
Yep, to the
To
icy lake she
the-
fled.
Icy lake she fled.
Actually, I might be able to do this. Yeah, there you go. It's in the. It'll be in the chat.
Thank you.
Yeah, she kind of like singing the song, is kind of humming a tune. She kind of sees you guys and goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. Were you standing there long? I apologize. I kind of sing a little bit when I'm, just. Where are my manners? I'm Marta Preskick. Welcome. This is the East Side. Are you looking for lodging for just the night? A few nights? How? Yeah.
We'll definitely need at least one night. We're not sure if we're going to be here tomorrow night, but I think for tonight, we'll have a room for tonight. Or two rooms for
The one
tonight.
room for the lot of you, or
We'll do two. We'll do two rooms.
2 rooms? Oh, okay. So those will be, and she kind of like pulls out like this little notebook from the satchel as she swings it back around the front, writes down a couple of things, and then goes, that'll be 10 silver pieces for the 2 rooms, 5 silver pieces each.
All right. I'll pay for it. It's all right.
She hands you 2 keys.
Okay. All right. So how do we want to split the rooms? Do we want to, who's bunking with you?
I'll bunk with you, Barrius.
All right. Cool. Well, I'll pass the other key to one of the others, and then we'll head to our. I'm just gonna head to the room, check out the lodging. See
Cool.
what they're like.
As you go to head to the rooms, you notice that there are no rooms on the inside of this tavern, this inn. There is like literally just this small bench, what looks to be like a small seating arrangement, one set of flowers. She kind of pipes up and goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, your first time to the east side, I assume. There's a ladder just there. All the rooms are different
That's so cool.
buildings." And they're all connected by like an underground tunnel. So you probably saw a few smaller buildings that had fake doors on your way in through the streets. Yeah, they're all connected. You've got rooms 2 and 3. So yeah, just take the underground passage, and yeah, you'll find the rooms.
Wow. Thank you very much. That's really cool.
Yeah, and she points you towards like this ladder that is like in this. It's almost stairs, but it is very much a ladder that takes you
Barriss
into
is
this
gonna fly
underground passage between houses. You easily find your assigned rooms. Each one seems to go up into a house, and then has a front door that then has like the room number on the front door, and then you put the key in and it unlocks, and then you walk in.
That's really cool.
There is no door to the outside from each one of the houses, though.
Okay.
There's windows, and like they work
Yeah, but
perfectly
no
fine, but
door.
there is no door to the outside from each one of these houses.
Interesting.
Sounds like a trap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
I'm feeling it's a bit suspicious. I don't know.
rooms
I get
1,
the
2, and
whole-
3 are in one building, and then there's others in other buildings.
Right. That's a little bit suspicious. I feel like it's a bit of a fire hazard, you know? I might have to bring that up to the owner.
Well, I mean,
I'll just be like, excuse me.
it's a window. Yeah, there's windows. You can just jump out the window.
Yeah, but you're supposed to have like, you're supposed to have like a fire exit. You're supposed to have quick entry. Not everyone can jump through a window. What if there was what if there was an old person in here and they tried to get out and they couldn't jump through a window or climb through a window?
Yeah,
Anyway.
I guess.
I'll have to bring it up to the the council. I'll have to bring it up to the zoning board just to make sure that things are on the up and up.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, I guess we'll have a look at the rooms. We can kind of.
Yeah. So I mean, they're very modest rooms. Like they're very basic, but I mean they're homey. They're definitely clean. Yeah, they're somewhat nice.
Okay, cool. Well, checked out the lodgings. I reckon we'll head back out and head to the Blue Clam.
Cool.
If everyone's with that.
So, approaching through the gently falling snow, you spot a low weathered building perched close to the frozen lake's edge. You notice along the side of the building there are seated on benches a bunch of like fishermen and like old-timey gentlemen. As you guys kind of approach, there's a sign that swings above the door, painted with a stylized blue clam, cracked open to reveal a silvery pearl. Thin curls of smoke drift from the chimney, and the muffled sound of voices leak out of the frost-crusted windows. A few bundled up figures kind of trudge past you, muttering something under their voice, under their breath to each other. Their boots caked in ice, and the scent of lake brine clinging to their heavy coats. No doubt fishermen off a long shift. The interior of the Blue Clam is dimly lit and warm with firelight. Its timber walls are lined with old fishing nets and tarnished hooks. The smell of smoked knucklehead trout mingles with damp wool and sour ale.
Not that damn knucklehead trout again.
Locals cluster around low tables, speaking in hushed tones or muttering over mugs of something steaming. A large iron stove crackles in the center of the room, around which a few old townsfolk warm their hands. Behind the counter, you see a broad-shouldered half-orc, kind of standing there. That kind of gives you like a wary glance before you take a seat, but then kind of gives you a bit of a smile. Yeah. Yes, Tricky?
Which half of it is an orc?
I'll show you.
His right side.
Orc from the waist down? Waist up orc?
No, he's split down the middle.
Shit.
No,
What's
he's
the
split
other half?
diagonally. No, he's just split diagonally.
That
Or
kind
was
of
it-
half
Yeah,
orc.
looks like a full orc to me.
Okay, racist.
Yeah, he kind of gives you that nod, and then lets you sit down, and a little bit of a acknowledgement. You do notice he has a massive, what looks to be like almost a long sword, but a meat cleaver strapped to his back.
Let's fucking check.
Yeah, he's currently looks like he's cooking something on some sort of grill.
He's grilling. Well,
Let him cook.
I suppose. Is he like at the bar or something? Like, can I go order something from him?
Yeah, you definitely can. So he's kind of at like a main counter. It has like it's kind of like a bar, but looks to be like a giant chopping board almost. And then behind him is like this grill that kind of gives off this nice scent, considering he is grilling knucklehead trout. You see him kind of like dust some pepper and salt on the things, bouncing it off his elbow as he kind of like salt bays the stuff. yeah, you kind of approach. He kind of turns around. And he's like, "Welcome to the Blue Came. My name's Vernon Bragg. Nice to meet you."
Vernon Bragg, was it?
Vernon Bragg. Have you come for,
No.
I haven't seen you around these parts, so I assume you've come for some of my famous knucklehead trout barbecue.
Well, we are in the area. We are new in the area. I wouldn't necessarily say that we're here to specifically for that, but I will say that it does smell absolutely delicious. And we will be ordering some plates of it.
Well, I'll give it to you on the house. First one on
you
me. Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't.
And you
I
see
don't-
him
okay,
like pull
well,
that massive meat cleaver out, using it almost like a spatula, flipping some of the knucklehead trout. He flops it over onto that massive cutting board and then just like chops it up, and then plates it almost gorgeously with like a little bit of a salad, and then like shifts it over to the lot of you, almost showing off, with like
Wow.
3 plates of each on his hands, and he kind of like slides them across the table. He goes, "You tell me what you think, yeah?"
All right. Well, I'm gonna eagerly tuck in.
It's very delicious. Like this is fine dining that even your wizard background, even Thalion's noble background, there's not much that gets close to it. Like at least for the protein in question. I guess. Yes, Thalion.
Is there like a price board on what a serving of knucklehead trout would cost? Like anywhere?
It's usually about like one knucklehead trout is probably about 3 copper pieces.
Okay, cool. So the plate slides in front of me. I take a bite with my fork. I sharply flick him a gold piece, give him a nod, and walk away with the plate.
He takes the gold piece and he goes over to Barrius and goes, "Do give this back to your mate." And then he hands you the gold piece back.
Yeah, we obviously we appreciate you giving this meal whilst on the house, and we're more than happy to pay for any drinks or
Welcome
any.
to the Blue Clam.
Thank you very much. Just writing a note that he's a really nice guy.
I'd like to make it clear that it wasn't disrespectfully that I was flicking him a gold piece.
It does not seem like he took it as disrespect. He just seems to be the kind of person that if he says it's on the house, it's on the house. Like he would not take money even if you tried to push it on him.
You have any drinks of any sort?
Well, I mean, we keep a good variety of drinks here at the Blue Clam. What is it that you're chasing? Ale, whiskey, wine.
Wait, hold on.
You're hearing the distance from the table in the back. Whiskey, my good man.
Okay, 1 whiskey. Thank you. Do you have any mead, at all? Specifically, from Good Mead?
I'd have to check. I think we got a shipment the other day. Yeah.
Okay, if you could, that'd be great. Thank you.
So
yes,
that'd be 4 copper pieces for the whiskey and 2 copper pieces for the ale, for the mead.
Drinking.
Hold on to the gold.
I'm sorry, Stanley. That's your name. Did you want anything to drink?
Nah, I'm okay, thanks. I'm not big on drinking.
Sure. You can try a little. I do recommend that you try at least a little bit of the good mead. It's
Oh yeah,
good.
yeah. Well, why not? I'll have one. You've twisted my
Okay.
arm.
Okay.
I'll pour you two.
So that's fine. Thank you. Tricking.
I'm all good, thank you.
Okay.
Little did they know that
Alright.
Stanley was a recovering alcoholic.
Relapse. Shouldn't
Yeah,
joke
I
about
just
it.
I've inadvertently made him relapse.
What have you done?
The slow.
oh.
Everybody thinks it's character growth in D&D. This is character
It's a
degrowth.
character decay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all downhill now.
Character decay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I give him 8 copper pieces.
Cool. He takes it. Pours you the drinks.
And while I've got you, we've been contracted to check out a place to the north called the Old Black Cabin.
Ah, yes, the Black Cabin.
Yeah. Do you like? Obviously, obviously you would know. You know, you're a man about town. You're you know, you run the most successful tavern in town, so you would know what's going on, the ins and the outs. Can you give us
Right.
any kind of idea of?
So this old black cabin has been around forever. No one knows who built it. Lots of folks got bad feelings about it. Some say it's haunted, but there's a gnome in Bryn Shander who claims that magical experiments are performed there. I think his name was Copper or something. Yeah.
Yes.
He's at the House of the Morning Lord in Bryn Shander.
Yep. Yeah. So he's the one who sent us here.
Ah, right.
There's a friend of his, Macretus, has apparently gone missing. Does that name ring a bell with you at all?
I mean, it doesn't ring a bell with me, no, but we get quite a few people coming and going here at the Blue Clam.
I can imagine. Okay. All right. You say that the people say that it's haunted. Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not much for ghost stories, but
Sure.
yeah, people just get a bad vibe from there.
That is fair. What about the path up to the Old Black Cabin? Is it relatively what kind of conditions are we talking?
I mean, if you leave during the day, it's even with the eternal night, it's pretty safe. I mean, you'd have to be drawing a lot of attention to yourself if you want to get into trouble.
Sure. Okay. Thank you. One more thing. Is there anywhere in town where we might be able to buy supplies? Is there, say, like a blacksmith, like a
No,
armorer?
not really. I
No?
mean, I could scavenge up some stuff if you're looking for something in particular.
That's okay. We were just checking because good to kind of check in every town you go to just to see if there's anything good.
Yeah, I mean, as a town, we just kind of share our stuff around from the town hall. We kind of get shipments from other towns, and Bryn Shander is one of them.
Sure. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you very much. I'm very much looking forward to enjoying my mead and a nice, warm, tasty meal. Yeah. Thank you.
Enjoy, and like I said, please tell me what you think.
Okay. Well, I will be sure to let you know at the end of the night.
Fantastic.
Well, there you go.
I've already marked mine down. I'm going to tell him it's the best knucklehead trout I've ever had in this town.
It's the best knucklehead chat I've ever had at a tavern called the Blue Clam. Cooked by a half orc.
Cooked by a half orc. Cool. You guys enjoy your food, enjoy your drinks. For anybody that wants to order more, they can. It'll just obviously come at the cost. Yeah, the knucklehead trout is very, very nice, very delicate, which is odd for this kind of fish. Tasty, very tasty. You could almost tell that Vernon most likely trained somewhere else.
Professionally.
Professionally, yeah.
Okay, interesting. Actually, yeah, I'd like to bring that up to him. I'll be like, so where'd you learn to cook like this?
I mean, I kind of picked it up here and there. Myself, I'm from the Sword Coast, so quite a distance from here.
Yeah, you are a long way from home. What brought you up here?
To begin with, it was a bit of adventure, but business booms, and he kind of like acknowledges the amount of
You have to settle
people
down
here.
at some point.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you again. It was delicious.
You're more than welcome.
I'll be sure to recommend you to anyone I get the chance to.
Please do.
Thank you very much.
Cool. You guys, enjoy your meals. Anything you guys want to do while you're still in the Blue Clam? Nope.
No. Okay.
Yes? Dahlia?
No. Oh.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
I think we're all good.
Cool. So you guys, where are you guys heading now? Back to lodging to stay the night, or?
Yeah, I suppose we'll head back to the east side to stay the night.
Cool. Awesome. So you head back to the east side. What's her name? Marta is there kind of at the main desk, that main room, kind of busying herself by the looks of it. You guys head down into the tunnels and then get to your rooms. You can either split off now if you have any conversations to have. Otherwise, we can skip to the next day.
I'm gonna, in my room, just because something about the doors not actually leading to the outside just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I'm gonna ritual cast alarm. I'm gonna ritual cast alarm and, just designate the room as the area, just in case,
Yep, cool. Yeah, you take the time to ritually cast alarm, and you place your thread around, creating somewhat of a security system if anybody is to breach the perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
I would also like to drag some heavy furniture over the entrance.
Cool.
That's so funny. You've just made it even more of a fire hazard.
You'll just hang a what?
You know that little latch on the door, like latch that up.
Cool. So you drag some heavy furniture over, and you make like a little bit of a shove it in the place. It doesn't look like it's moving. If anybody's coming through that door, they're hitting furniture first.
I'm gonna slap that furniture and be like, that ain't going nowhere.
You can fit a whole bunch of furnitures in this.
Plan.
You can fit a whole bunch of furniture in front of this door.
Cool. If you guys have nothing else to do, we can skip to the next day, and you can all mark off a long rest.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Yes, Tricky?
I would like to wait till Barrius goes to sleep if we're sharing a room.
Okay. So Barrius falls asleep.
And I would like to open the little lockbox that I picked up at Torg's Trading.
Ooh.
Okay, cool.
Interesting.
Let's find out. So it is currently locked. if you would like to do a lockpick check on me, for me.
Oh yeah.
Sleight of hand?
Yeah, so sleight of hand. Yeah.
And yeah, add your proficiency if you're proficient with lockpick tools.
Oh, that was a 13.
A 13. So you put your tools in and you go to like try and get the lock. It doesn't seem to be budging at this point in time. You can try again if you'd like.
If only the person that you were staying in a room with knew a spell that could unlock locks. If only. Instead, Barris is passed out like fully sore and logs.
I'm gonna throw it at the wall, frustrated.
Okay.
Am I gonna?
You
Am I
make
gonna wake up?
quite a lot of noise, and yes, you do wake up, considering it is an iron
like I-
strongbox.
I go tricking. What the fuck? What are you doing?
Trying to get into the stupid box and I can't pick the lock.
Oh my god! I cast knock on it and I immediately go back to sleep.
The rest, you hear this big kind of echo out 600
Yeah.
feet around the general area. Anybody in the other room hears it. You hear a bunch of people like going, and you hear like streets, dogs barking. You see lights switching on, like a whole bunch of stuff. But the lock does smash and
There you go.
open up. Inside you find a whole bunch of stuff. So you find 92 gold pieces.
Oh, shit, let me write this
Okay,
down.
as soon as I go back to, I wake up upon hearing the jingle of gold. I go, oh, well, I did open that lockbox for you. I think we should split it.
So you find 92 gold pieces, 76 silver pieces, 125 copper pieces, and 7 gemstones worth 10 gold pieces each.
Damn.
7 gemstones worth 10 gold pieces each. Looks like we're going to have to split one down the middle. So how much? Wait, did you write it all down? Did you write that all down, Tricking?
Yep.
Okay. Well, we better be splitting it 50-50.
Whoa. 50-50? I risked my damn life for this box.
Yeah, and you wouldn't have been able to unlock it if it wasn't for me. I just unlocked it for you right then, right there.
But you did go back to sleep.
No, I'm awake now.
You woke
Like
up.
I said, I heard the jingling of gold, and I was like, money.
Money, please.
Fine, let's go. Let's say 60-40. 60-40 split.
How about I give you 12 gold pieces, 26 silver pieces, 45 copper pieces, and 3 gemstones.
Deal.
12, what were the numbers again? 26,
12, 26, 20,
45,
45, 3.
and then 3.
Yeah.
Alright, and then 3.
3 gemstones worth 10 gold pieces each.
Wish I could just add I wish they just had a fucking like an item that was just a gemstone. You know what I mean? I have to add in a fucking custom item.
100%. It's
Gem.
the worst. But yeah, you guys can mark off a long rest. Yeah. You guys wake up. Some heavier pocketed than others. And yeah.
As Tricking and I walk out and we see the party, I go, give him a big old wink. I go,
Mum's the
I'll
word.
and I'll go, did you guys hear this really, really loud bang last night?
Yeah, I mean,
I-
yeah.
I don't know anything about that, but I heard the jingling of coin.
I just heard it through like 33 walls. It's like, yeah, I heard this really loud bang last night. I had no idea what it was, but woke me up in the middle of the night. It was fucking annoying, but well, lucky I go to sleep pretty easily.
Yeah, Barrios and I's pants are like so full of gold pieces, they're falling down.
Yeah. Cool. You guys gather your stuff and head towards the Black Cabin, yeah?
Yep.
Cool. On the sled, it doesn't take too long for you to reach there. You get there easily, easily, probably about just past midday. So it probably only takes you about four hours or so to get there. It gets a little bit hard to maneuver the sled through some of these like thick bushes and thick what would you call it? Trees. I was like, what is a grown-up bush? A tree.
What is a grown-up bush?
But you managed to get there, and you guys kind of pull up to one side of the black cabin. So as perched on the edge of a snowy ridge above a gorge is a black lodge on wooden stilts. Whatever path may have led you to this ramshackle retreat lies buried under snow. Icy steps climb to a snow-covered walkway that clings to the south of the structure. The building's slumped posture and sagging snow-covered roof, coupled with the broken windows and loose flapping shutters, suggest utter abandonment. Large snowdrifts huddle around the rotting stilts and engulf a nearby woodshed and outhouse. Only the wind visits this sinister place. And you guys should have somewhat free reign. I will pause if I see you do something that I need to explain.
Could I, just before anyone starts, messing with the potential crime scene, could I just quickly have a look to see if I see any, like, signs of, like, someone being here recently? Probably, I know it's probably a long shot because it's snowing, but, like, could I, like, if the door's open, can I see that, like, footsteps on the inside leading in from the outside? Something like that.
Give me a perception check.
Hey, 22.
Cool. So you guys have kind of come into this east side of the east side of this building. You guys see a matter of like broken windows that like look like there's a bit of an entryway into this building. Looking on the inside, it just seems like the snow is made its way in. There doesn't seem to be much in the way of like inhabitants. Give me, did I ask for a perception check? Yes.
It was perception.
What did you get?
22.
22. You do notice footsteps in the snow heading towards your group. Outside. Heading towards your group.
Footsteps in the snow heading towards us.
Yeah.
Coming from
what looks
where?
like this area.
Okay. Interesting. So, all right. Well, I guess I can't because it's paused. I'd like to head over there and have a look. Actually, before I do, I'd like to quickly just poke my head into the outhouse, see what's what.
So, give me a sec. Thalion, as you kind of like heave-ho into that building, you notice that frost covers every surface of this room that looks to be an abandoned workshop. You see two doors. You see like a large table, two doors that head back outside, which are currently closed. Yeah. True. Barriers, feel free to move your token.
Do I know anything of interest in this workshop?
Give me a perception check. No, or investigation. Perception or investigation.
I just want to
14. You kind of like look around the room. It seems that like the only things worth, I guess, retrieving from this room is a set of smith's tools and a set of tinkerer's tools. That just seem to be like spread across a whole bunch of different things. You do notice in the bookcase against the north wall seems to have a family of squirrels living in it. They
Oh,
seem
cute.
very timid and like run away as you approach. And then apart from like the scraps of paper and other detritus that the squirrels have collected, the bookshelf holds nothing of interest.
That's a good word. I
Yeah,
like that.
detritus. Detritus?
Look that up.
Lactose
I think it's
colitis?
detritus.
Detritus? Whatever. I'd read it as
Detritus.
detritus.
Iridocyclitis.
Iridocyclitis?
All right. Well, those tools then. Can I take those?
Yeah. So you can add a set of Smith's tools and a set of Tinkerer's tools to your inventory. So Barrios, as you kind of like walk over to the outhouse, you notice it is half buried in snow. You take a couple of seconds to kind of clear a path to it. You peer inside and find a stack of discarded notes and blueprints that seem to have been used as toilet paper.
Oh,
Ew.
that's disgusting.
Yeah,
So they've got poo-poo. They got poo-poo stains on them.
they got poo-poo stains.
Let me just write that. Poo-poo stains notes.
Poo-poo stain notes. Some have pee-pee stain. Poo-poo and pee-pee.
Ew. Oh.
That's nasty.
All right. Well, I'll follow the footstep. I'll follow the footsteps like around here.
Cool. So as you kind of like follow the footsteps around, you feel somebody tap on your shoulder.
I turn around.
There is nobody there.
I go, hello?
The rest of you hear Barrios just say hello.
Someone just tapped me on my shoulder. Someone just tapped on my shoulder. That's scary. I'm going back. Someone's got to come with me. You got to Scooby-Doo this. Walk back to back.
Speaking of coming with you, Tricking and Stanley, what are you two doing?
Wondering what the fuck's going on.
I'm just sitting outside, leaning against like a fence post, flicking a gold coin in the air.
I think I would probably head towards wherever Thalion went after a minute. Just be like, well, nothing's happening out here, and I'm not going to join Barry's in the fucking dunny.
Okay.
So I'll go suss out what Thalion's doing.
Give me a charisma check, please. Just a straight charisma
Charisma.
check. Yeah.
Natural 1
Okay, cool.
for a 3.
Yeah. Cold wind kind of blows under your nose and you just kind of like shake it off for a second. So yeah, you head into that workshop. You see Thalion collecting a few tools and adding them to his inventory. Yeah. Tricking, you doing anything or you just keep flicking the coin?
Flicking the coin.
Flicking the bean.
Yeah, bean.
Cool. What's next?
Look at.
I want someone to come with me. I want someone to come with me around the side of the house.
I'm gonna look through this door.
Okay.
I see Barrios walk past around the side of the house.
I come back.
Yeah, he came back, so you see him there.
I'm gonna ask him what he's doing while I continue to flick my coins.
Cool.
Barrios, what are you
Barry.
doing?
Someone just tapped me on the shoulder, and I turned around and no one was there. So I want someone to come with me around the side of the house because I saw footprints, but don't want to do it by myself.
Okay, I'll come with you.
Thank you. I'm partnering for Rime.
Pull my bow out and be kind of like on the ready.
Cool.
All right, let's go.
So Thalion, you kind of like come up to this door. That's when you hear almost as if somebody's whispering in your shoulder. As the wind passes by, you just hear this. Hey.
Spooky, spooky ghosts.
Did you say something, Barris?
No, I didn't say anything.
Hey.
No answer.
No answer.
All right. Well, say something if I shouldn't open this door.
Stanley, are you following the group?
Yep.
Cool. I'll just quickly move you in.
Just before I do open this door, I am going to use Divine Sense.
Cool. What does Divine Sense give off?
You can detect good and evil until the end of your next turn. Sense anything affected by a Hallow spell or location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet.
You do not get any ping.
Okay.
No ping.
No
No
ping.
ping. That's the gamer's dream. Okay, well, I'm gonna open this door.
Cool. You open the door. This room, as you kind of like peer in, this room contains lingering smells of burnt wood and flesh. You also catch the faint odor of wine. Snow has fallen through holes in the roof, then been pushed into corners by stiff winds blowing through broken windows. The walls and furniture are scorched black, including a table with the charred remains of a book on it. Next to the table, on the floor, amid several broken wine bottles, is a mostly incinerated skeleton and a round, frost-covered object about 6 inches in diameter.
Mm.
It is interesting.
All right, I'll go in as well. Is kind of like a frost-covered orb, you said?
It is like what looks to be a round, frost-covered object about 6 inches in diameter.
Okay,
And that is here.
interesting. I guess
Yeah.
I'll. Yeah, I'm gonna go have a look.
Okay.
We'll go inspect.
Yeah, so you see this. What are you other two doing? I should ask.
I'm just following Barrios along because he was scared.
I'm
Yeah,
scared.
sus.
Mm.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and pry it out of that skeleton hand.
Okay, cool. So when you pull it out easily out of this incinerated skeleton's hands, what you see is, a 6-inch diameter gyroscope featuring 2 scorched rings inlaid with runes and a dense chunk of coal at its center. As... As you pick it up, the core glows with a golden radiance, as bright as a candle flame. Yeah, what do you do?
Arius. What's happening?
Cool. Barrios, you come over to have a look, and the light suddenly blossoms, becoming a 10-foot radius sphere of incinerating gold radiance centered on this device. You both need to do a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, what have you got me into? No! Do I get a bonus to my Constitution? Oh no, do I get a bonus to my Constitution saving throws because I'm next to you, Valiant, or anything like that?
Not yet.
Fuck! I only got a 7.
I rolled a nat 20.
Cool. It explodes with radiant energy. Thalion, no, Barrier, sorry. You take 90 points of radiant damage.
I'm dead.
And you are instantly incinerated on the spot.
Yo, what?
The fuck just happened?
Like dead?
You
I'm
guys
dead, like, my
watch
character is
as
dead.
Barrius, his body is no longer in the spot, and all that remains is ash.
What the
Thalion,
fuck?
you take 45 points of radiant damage.
Well, I'm like down.
Is it you on 0?
Yeah, like yeah.
You are also incinerated and become nothing but a pile of ash.
What the fuck?
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? My character's. Oh my god!
As you guys feel that warmth from that explosion of radiant energy, you almost blink and open your eyes to find yourselves on the ethereal plane.
So we're not actually dead.
It seems your soul is no longer attached to your body, as your body is no longer.
Okay, but okay, just double checking because I took 90 points of damage, and that is more than my max HP after. Am I dead, or is it just my soul has just been separated from my body?
Both of your bodies are nothing but ash, and you seem to stand there in what looks to be the exact same black cabin, but the walls almost like move with this almost ethereal like smoke.
Oh, that's what happened to the fucking. Okay, yeah, sorry. Go.
You then turn to see this large floating head that has fire in its eyes. It kind of like looms over you, being almost double the size of you, and then kind of floats towards you and goes, "I told you not to do that."
Well,
You
okay.
didn't say shit. You said hey.
I tried to. Did you not see me draw in the snow?
No, unfortunately. Look. Well, fuck. What do we do now? How long have you been here? Are you Macretus?
Yes, I'm Macretus.
Sorry, Stanley, you go first. You quickly go. While we do this.
Well, obviously, given that they are what I think now very dead, would I be able to try and collect their souls?
You go to collect their souls.
You're like, waste
And-
not, want not.
Yeah, you're like, waste not, what not. There seems to be nothing to collect. Your soul ledger is not letting you do anything.
Yeah, okay. I'll turn to Tricking and go, well, whatever happened to him, it wasn't death as far as I know it.
You guys notice after their body's been completely incinerated, that device just tung, 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 and just hits the floor in front of you. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Well, fuck me. God damn it.
Yeah, so thank you for joining us tonight for tonight's session. The first thing in the wilderness. How does everybody feel?
Oh, I feel fucking great. Thanks, Nathan.
I legit thought we just lost half the party
So
at
did
one go.
I. Fucking hell.
Yeah, legitimately, it's it's great. It does 10d10 plus 35 radiant damage.
That's wild.
Anywho, we will pick this up in 2 weeks' time for the next part of the Black Cabin. Thank you to our two sponsors, Stabby Joe and Co. and W.GG. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye.